Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, what's the Big 12 going to do? That is the question. Brett Yormark issued a statement about conversations with Big 12 athletic directors who really believes the conference will do anything to Texas Tech. The ADs meet. I didn't really expect anything definitive out of that. I assumed that they are setting the table, coming up with options for the presidents, trying to guide the discussion, knowing full well something of this scope is going to be made above their pay grade.
Oh, I expected more.
Oh, did you really?
I
didn't expect anything at all.
Not action, but statement. The statement said nothing. We met. Great. And we're going to keep that confidential. BFD.
Yeah.
No, I wanted, this is egregious, and we're discussing ways to take action. That's what I wanted. You don't have to tell me the action. I get what you're saying, but the statement was too vanilla. It was too bland. It doesn't give me confidence that they got the stones to do anything. They need to have the cojones to do something.
I got to say, I don't know what they're going to do.
Suspend them.
I feel like they're going to do something. I don't have a good feel for what it is.
Suspend them.
I think there's still a little bit of disbelief that they're in this spot.
Well, get over it.
And there's some way he's not going to play. I wonder deep down if Texas Tech really wants him to play, or if they're like, hey, we were going to back our guy, and then we figured the judge would swat him down, and it'll be taken care of.
They got a Fort Worth judge, and where does Cody Campbell live? Fort Worth. Come on.
Does he own all of Fort Worth? Fort Worth is a big place.
And he's got a big say.
And it may well have been judge shopping, and they knew how long they'd get it. But I do wonder how much is a little disbelief. And now they got the whole college football world, giving them the evil eye, the side eye.
And they're going to say, screw you.
They may well.
This is their moment. It's Mark Cuban. Any publicity is great publicity. Everybody knows about Texas Tech now.
No one's going to save you now. You got to figure out what you're going to do.
This is a boon for Cody Campbell. Everybody knows who Cody Campbell is now, if you didn't already. They didn't think that it didn't dawn on them that they might win it and he might be reinstated and there might be blowback, then they're really stupid. No, I don't buy that at all.
Logan says Texas Tech is the favorite child. Yeah, I don't think I'm buying that. You think the Big 12 is thinking they're the favorite child? Hey, we're going to pretend to be all up in arms, but this is just going to get them ready. They're going to have a better team and
they're not going to have a better team.
I know, I agree, but why else would you call them the favorite child? What is Logan thinking here?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Logan.
Patrick says, what are they going to do? Leave for the Pac-12? Patrick says, do something to Texas Tech. They're going to have to take it.
Suspend them. That's the only thing you can do. We can make them run around the block, write on the board, I will not gamble, do push-ups, community service. None of that matters.
Right on the board.
This is about winning at all costs for Texas Tech. Go look. Anybody who's defending it is a Texas Tech fan, or it's a media guy. The media guy in Dallas who's on some of these shows, he's there, what's the big deal? Yeah, I get it. You're contrary. That's a thing. And so here's your chance to be contrary. Good for you. Way to go. But you're ruining the integrity of the sport. This isn't about Texas Tech. This is you say, oh well, he didn't bet on the team to lose.
Yeah, he bet on players, but he did bet on players.
That's irrelevant.
Yep.
This opens up a door for kids who have all sorts of money to go ahead and then do these things and put themselves into more trouble. Because it's really interesting. A lot of people who have a lot of money have gambling addictions and gambling problems. And what's the deal, the connection? They got a lot of money, so they can withstand the losses. Barkley, Jordan, Mickelson. I mean, the list is pretty deep.
Yeah, just to pick three household names.
Right. And so now you're going to get these kids are already being besieged with a bunch of hanger-oners who want some of their money. And now you're going to introduce, well, you can now gamble because if you get caught, well, it's going to harm your mental health. No kidding. Everything that you do is going to harm your mental health. Where do we draw the line? Go to that judge then. Any form of offense against the law when you get caught is going to harm your mental health. And so if that's your standard and your defense, it's going to harm your mental health. The kid who got 35 years yesterday is going to harm his mental health. Don't send him to prison. Of course, duh. I don't buy it. The Big 12 has to make a stand because the Big 12 is associated by association with Texas Tech. And if they just put out a statement, oh, we can't live like this. We won't tolerate this. Thoughts and prayers. What does that do?
Not if Sorsby runs out there and plays.
Yeah.
And beats Houston in the conference
By
opener.
association, you're allowing him out there. Suspend him, and then if they go to court and get some other judge or whomever, and
there's that.
That's their problem. That's not yours. You must make a stand, and you must do it. You don't have to do it today because we're still in June. But you, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you must make a stand, and it must be suspension. There's nothing else to do.
And your timeline might even be a little generous. I mean, the presidents are scheduled to meet early next week. So get the idea from the ADs, run it past the executive board, and then tell the president this is what we want to do. It may well be what you just said.
What else can it be?
I don't think finding the school, given how much money is floating around in college sports, has any impact. And we always hear fines and suspensions, but the fines, that's just slap on the wrist territory. There's too much money floating around out there.
Yeah.
They'll recoup it. So back to suspension. And it might land differently in court because it's a conference. It's not the NCAA where you run into antitrust stuff. It's like, well, they could leave and join another. There's plenty of conferences out there. It might just land differently. And you're right. It could also just land with a different judge.
That's the Big 12. Don't worry about that.
Well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're consulting their lawyers right now. Because they don't want to get beat. I mean, how do we frame this so that when it goes to court we win?
And so you win again, and then they appeal. If the kid plays, you think that Texas Tech is going to follow through? If we get to December and he's played in all the games and there's some pending litigation, what's in it for Texas Tech? At that point, it's over.
Yep. Yeah, the February appeal to this last decision, it's all over. It's out of eligibility. The season's done.
Right.
It's court cases like 3
Even
weeks
if it's
after
just
the title
cosmetic and they can't be enforcing it, do it anyway.
I see what you're saying. Better to do it and then lose in court than it is to not do anything.
You become an accomplice.
At least the NCAA can say, hey, we took it to court. Now, maybe as our guest told us yesterday, maybe they didn't prepare as well or present the best case, but at least they went there.
I don't know.
I know we weren't there.
This is so much bigger than Texas Tech beating Houston. Who cares? Who cares?
Versus every game is compromised. It's all WWE.
This is allowing susceptible young people with money the freedom to do something that will destroy their lives. Is that really what we want?
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
People have the freedom to wreck their lives. Do they also have the freedom to wreck the sport? because you can do both at the same time.
But without consequence.
Yeah.
You can. So you have the freedom to do whatever you want, but you must face the consequence. Well, now you don't have to face the consequence. That is dangerous. Believe me, man. Being involved in gambling, that you don't want that. And then that I'm worried about the welfare of the young man and young woman. You want to be worried about the sport and the integrity of it? Fine. I agree with you 100%. You speaking generally.
Right, but in this case, they largely go hand in hand. Not exactly the same, but they largely go hand in hand.
Yeah. But the reality is we've had that before, and as long as your team wins, you don't care.
Which is why I think they're more likely to act about the integrity, the golden goose, and keep college sports super interesting.
Yeah, but I don't
intriguing.
think college sports is going away. They've survived all sorts of gambling issues and scandals that I don't think Brendan Sorsby's situation is going to bring down college football.
But there have been consequences for those, and it's led to the perception that those are, if not one-offs, because it's happened more than one time, they are at least limited. And the thought that there are no consequences, and now it's not limited, now it can become rampant, which, as you point out, could be rampant consequences for individuals, young people, and could be rampant consequences for the sport as well. That's different. I mean, you can go back probably at least 75 years to a gambling scandal.
There's still going to be the overwhelming need. College football is the second most popular sport we have in our country, and Saturdays and so forth. There's so much money at stake. Brendan Sorsby's situation is not going to put a dent into that. But you're going to have to do it and be aware of it with individuals. And it does permeate it. I don't think it'll cripple it. It could dent it. And I do not want these players, and that's who they are, they're players, having all this money and then having
all the
unscrupulous people have access to them. They're already being pulled in 100 different directions. And we'll see it as years come to pass that we're just brand new starting into this. We're in the infancy stage of what these guys do with their money, and then we're going to find out in 2035 that somebody who got all this money is broke. He didn't take advantage of his educational process because he had the money, and then he's got nothing to show for it, and he's living under a bridge.
It's absolutely going to happen.
Yeah.
As recently as yesterday, I was told about high-profile players who didn't cash NIL checks, who had to be issued multiple checks, companies saying we want to close our books out at the end of the year. We've issued 3 or 4 checks, and they haven't been cashed. I mean, you can already see the behavior that will lead to what you're talking about. And it's not a one-off.
And now we're going to have gambling. We're going to allow kids to gamble. And that becomes – that used to be the one thing you couldn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pretty much do anything else, and as McHale said years ago, axe murderer by day, NBA player by night. I mean, we allow this stuff, and we look the other way, and then the fans of those teams defend it. When Urban Meyer was going through his thing with the assistant coach and Brett McMurphy was taking all sorts of heat, all the heat was coming from Ohio State fans because you're going to ruin our good times.
And you've been reading stuff to me during breaks and clicking on it, like Texas Tech fan, go Red Raiders.
Yeah.
Red Raiders, ride or die, Red Raiders.
Right.
Red Raider for life.
Right.
I know.
They want to win.
Sure.
It's about them. It's not about the situation or the kid or the game. It's about me on Saturday so my team can win. And aren't we something?
It's not coming from the Longhorns and the Aggies, and it's sure not coming from the Cougars and the Bears.
And Texas Tech stands a good chance to win, and then they'll go to the playoff and lose. And then Cody Campbell will say, we're going to triple down because last year he said we're going to double down.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to quad down. And what goes after 4? I don't know.
Quintuple.
Okay. And maybe one year they get it. Great. And a week later, your life goes on.
But how different is this than Oregon, and how long has Oregon been chasing? And Oregon's gotten close.
Right.
They've been in the title game. They've lost to the champions the last 2 years without getting in the title game. They've lost to them earlier. The only 2 schools that have beaten them the last 2 years have been the champs. It's hard to get there. They could be chasing it for a long time.
And if they get it, I just
Then
don't
what?
see.
Then what?
Yeah.
Okay. You look around. Do you remember when Pablo told us that story? It's one of the reasons we love having Pablo on, because all these stories you can cross-reference them. He said he won the title. They won the MLS Cup in Colorado, and his phone blew up, and everybody's reaching out. And he says after about a week, it got real quiet. He looked around and he said, well, better get on the bike and go running and get ready for next season.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
a
I'm
week,
not
then
discounting
what?
it because it's awesome.
It is awesome. And you have the parade, and you have all the high fives, and you do have all the texts and the dinners and all that. But then, like, after a week, like.
But you can have those experiences along the way. And I point to the Ute fans in the first Rose Bowl and interacting with them, or in the Fiesta Bowl, or in the Sugar Bowl. I covered them all. Or in the Final Four. I covered them all.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And wouldn't every Ute fan, wouldn't you take the Final Four, as painful as that was, that NCAA run, or the Rose Bowl, seeing them at the parade, taking pictures with them and talking to them, and you lost the game by 3 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. It sucks that you lost, but the experiences that all those people, tens of thousands of people had, and how they're at the Rose Bowl and they were getting claustrophobic because it's an old stadium and the walkways, the tunnels to get out to the actual stadium, the playing field, was jammed. And
I've been there when it's jammed, and it's so bad that I don't get concessions at the Rose Bowl when I'm in the stands, and I don't want to have to go to the bathroom. I do that tunnel one time to get in.
This is literally sold out.
And one time to leave. I've been there for USC, UCLA when it's sold out. And one time to get in and one time to leave. And when I leave, I just sit in my stands
and wait.
Bathroom. I don't have anything to eat or drink. I'm not doing that. That thing
you were
freaks me
younger
out.
too.
I was younger. That's a fact.
You get older, you got to go to the bathroom.
I'm not. I do not want to go through that claustrophobic. The people who are claustrophobic totally get it. And
I heard from dozens of them.
And I don't get claustrophobic easily, but I did not like going in through that tunnel.
They were all jammed. There's like no end. People are pushing, shoving.
LA
COVID's
Coliseum,
running around.
LA Coliseum's a little like that too. I don't like that vibe. Don't like it.
Yeah, but the point is they had a great experience.
Oh, yeah. Despite the fact that it ended the way it did, the second quarter was such a roller coaster and so many adrenaline rushes. I mean, you had two plays of the season, and they happened in the same quarter. You could go a whole season without a play as exciting as Cam Rising on keeping it on 4th and 1, breaking through the line, stumbling, tripping, bumbling, breaking into the open.
Doing 360s.
Yeah, doing a 360 spinning, and then 60 yards to the end zone.
Yeah, it was awesome.
If that happens one time in a year, I don't even think that was the best play of the quarter, because you got Covey's return. And he's going sideways. Sometimes the return, the guy never breaks stride. You can tell by the way he's running, like he sees the lane and he knows. But he's zigging and zagging and trying not to get tackled at the 20 to 25
He's
to 30.
5'8" white guy.
And then finally,
from Utah.
Yeah, and then finally at like the 35, he turns on the afterburner and he's like, oh, he finally sees the path. And then it's his foot, and he's running to all the Ute fans. And their arms
I
are
had
out
to
like
keep my cool in the press box.
Oh, yeah. The newsroom erupted. And the Cougar fans were erupting. It was unbelievable.
I was.
Yeah, and it immediately was preceded by a long touchdown pass. It was immediately followed by a long touchdown pass. I mean, Ohio State was making big plays at the same time.
So I think
It was an
that
awesome
Texas Tech needs to step back. I would like to see them. I think they would gain far more respect in the world.
Find a way out.
Yeah.
Find a way out.
It was like, okay.
But the one person
there
who
is a
doesn't,
right and wrong.
But the one person who doesn't want a way out has a lawyer and just won the case. So I think everybody's looking around for a way out. I don't know if anybody sees it.
Yeah, but now if he were to enter himself in the supplemental draft, it would be, okay, I've learned my lesson, and I'm going to take a consequence. I actually think that would help him in the eyes of the NFL.
I can see your point there. I could have played in college. I won in court.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go ahead and take some medicine here and move on because I've learned from it.
Right.
But does he have a PR person in his ear saying that?
I don't know.
DJ and PK, that'd get everybody off the hook. Brett Yormark would breathe a deep sigh of relief.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every every style, every home.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.